So welcome back to part 2 of the creativity series and to day 8. Now, over the last 7 days or so, alongside this meditation, you may have noticed a slight change, a shift in the way you feel. Now, very often with this exercise, it can bring about a shift like this. It's nothing to worry about. For some people, that shift is a physical shift, and it's not at all uncommon to experience a change in the way you feel physically. For some people, it can kind of get emotions flowing a little more freely. So again, very common and nothing to worry about if that's happened. But equally with the mind as well, I think sometimes the mind can get quite sort of stuck, especially if there are those areas that we really resist, if there's types of thinking we really don't like, that we wish weren't present, then sometimes the mind can feel very sort of stuck. This type of visualization tends to encourage a greater state sense of flow, whether that's mental, physical, or emotional. So just to reassure you really that if you have experienced any of this, it's perfectly normal. I'd say it's almost part of the exercise actually. And if you think about that idea of creative, spontaneous flow, then really it's essential that there is this openness, this spacious quality of mind where things are allowed to just come and go without any resistance whatsoever. So just something to bear in mind as you begin today's meditation. Take a moment or two just to get yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, beginning today's exercise with a few nice big deep breaths. With the next out breath, just gently closing the eyes, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm as you take just a couple of minutes to check in with the different physical senses, bringing the mind into the body. And as you're becoming more aware of those physical senses, perhaps becoming more aware of the physical sensations in the body, and just getting a general sense of how the body's actually feeling right now. And in your own time, starting at the top of the head, just gently scanning down from head to toe, just becoming more aware of the different physical sensations within the body. And at the same time, becoming a little bit more aware of any particularly strong mood, good or bad, that might be around at the moment. Again, without any sense of analysis or judgment, just being aware of how you're feeling. Being aware of why you're doing what you're doing right now. What it is you're looking to learn or understand from this meditation today, and reminding yourself how much taking just a few minutes out each day can benefit those around you as well as yourself. And as always, that one last reminder that you don't need to do anything. You don't need to try and make something happen. Just following the exercise through and allowing the process to unfold. So with that in mind, without trying to change the rhythm of breath in any way, just settling the mind on that natural rising and falling sensation, and just starting to notice how each breath appears slightly different from the next. And now just shifting the attention down towards the ankles. Reminding yourself of those qualities from part one, qualities of sunlight, of warmth, brightness. And as you focus on that area, imagining that space about the size of a football, just noticing how it feels in that space, in this particular moment in time. Moving up to the area of the navel. The solar plexus. The area of the chest, the upper back, middle of the body. To the area of the throat. The area of the brow. Remember, level with the brow but middle of the head. And then finally, that space above the head. And noticing how some of these areas will change from day to day, how others will often seem to display the same behavior, the same quality. Regardless, bringing that very soft, gentle focus to it as we now scan back down through those points, moving to the brow, to the throat, chest, solar plexus, navel, ankles, navel, solar plexus, chest, throat, brow, above the head, and down again to the brow, throat, chest, solar plexus, navel, ankles, and just continue now. Just flowing, sweeping up and down through the body, through those points, not needing to pause at each one, not needing to name each one. It's a very pleasant, rhythmic sensation moving up and down through the body. And the next time you sweep up the body, when you get to that point just above the top of the head, just letting the mind be completely free. No more visualizing, no need to focus, just letting the mind do whatever it wants to do. And now just bringing the attention back to the physical sensations in the body. As you become more aware of the weight of the body, more aware of any sounds, and in your own time, when you're ready, just gently opening the eyes. Pausing just long enough to be clear about how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, and being clear about your intention to be aware throughout the day today. This intention's so important. The more often you put it in, the more likely you'll remember to be mindful, to be aware throughout the day. But for now, you can just sit back in the chair. And as you go about your day today, still taking the time to notice those patterns. So it might be they're patterns of change which have started to take place as you're doing this exercise that I mentioned at the beginning of today's meditation. Or it may be those patterns of creativity throughout the day, your natural bright spots, natural sort of low spots, not trying to change them in any way. Remember, it's not about trying to be creative, trying to hold on to a creative mind state, to extend a creative mind state. And equally, it's not about trying to get away from a dull or uninspired mind state. Instead, it's about noticing, being aware of those moments. And what you can do is just remind yourself of what that feeling of spaciousness is like at the end of the meditation. And that in itself is often enough to bring about a lighter, spacious state of mind. The important thing is to do it not with the motivation to try and change the mind in any way, but simply to do it without any kind of desire or expectation of result. And that is a really honest and sort of genuine mindfulness practice, approach to mindfulness.